It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on 3. And on this show, we also believe in changing lives. Now, there's always an hour in need that arises, and that's where ChildLine and LifeLine steps in. In fact, Expresso joined forces with the Vital Foundation to find out how they highlight and also support these organizations and also the change that they make in our communities.
ChildLine and LifeLine are two of the best-known organizations offering assistance to victims of abuse. Credited with decades of success, their counseling services and awareness initiatives have saved hundreds of thousands of adults and children from traumatic situations.
Can you explain your services here at the centre a little bit to me?
ChildLine is a counselling and training organisation. We also do a lot of advocacy on behalf of children, so sometimes it means actually lobbying on behalf of children's rights or making sure that there's a right in place and making sure that it's actually adhered to. We also do a lot of prevention and awareness work in schools with professional and lay persons. So it's all about going out there and really promoting children and child-related matters.
Obviously, you want to create a deep connection, yes, but you need to be able to continue that relationship until you've achieved the results that you ideally need to. Take me through the processes, both of the telephone side of what you do and the face-to-face counselling.
When it comes to face-to-face counselling, it's nice because you can actually build a relationship with the child. So depending on the need of the client and the severity of the trauma, our very trained social workers who use play therapy methods, they will sort of make an assessment and see how much counselling the child would need. On the ChildLine counselling line, we've also got trained counsellors who receive regular supervision and who are also trained to work with child-related matters. We really focus a lot on building the child's self-esteem, but also giving them an emotional language. You know, that's quite an important part of counselling, is to allow children to say, I feel angry, this is why I feel angry, and this is what I'm going to do to make my anger deal with it in a positive way. Helping them to also build relationship, helping children to identify people who support them. You know, if you have a support team, you can really move any mountain that's in your way.
You know, I've spent just a few moments with you, and I feel amazing. I think you are incredibly good at what you do, and I have so much respect for what you guys do here. Thank you so much. It was amazing.
While ChildLine does an extensive range of work and LifeLine deals with a range of issues from eating disorders to domestic violence, their core value is simple yet powerful: to be of help and service to those who are vulnerable and need assistance.
Thank you so much for welcoming us with open arms. It's been a real revelation to me to see how you guys do the vital work that you do. Take me through your part of the process. How would a call sort of ordinarily play out?
I think the first thing that we try and do is to create a relationship with the caller, and that's just about trying to create a space that's safe enough so that the caller can express whatever it is that they need to express. We believe that we can't just talk to someone for 10 or 20 minutes or even an hour or two and then think that we know what they should do, you know, with their life. But what we can do is to help them explore their situation, but also their own resources and abilities, so that they can be empowered to make their own decisions as to how they want to go forward.
Now, I know it must be a difficult thing to pinpoint, and I'm sure there are varying causes, but typically, what generally drives most of the calls that you get?
In the whole year, last year, we fielded just under 30,000 counselling calls. The biggest theme that we deal with is relationships, and it's a very broad theme in itself, because it could be, you know, the relationship with your parents, with your children, with your lover or your spouse, with work colleagues, or on the other end of the spectrum, a lack of relationships, you know, loneliness. But that's probably the biggest theme that we deal with.
Looking at the kind of trauma that you guys have to engage with on a daily basis, why put yourself in the firing line like that?
It's the most incredible catalyst for my own growth and development and self-expression, because, you know, every client or caller does touch you. You know, some press your buttons, some exhilarate you, some drain you, but it all forms part of my own process, of my own development. Also, you know, the supervision we get is really incredible. The team and the environment is incredibly supportive and just allows us to really be able to do what we do. Thank you for your time. This has been very enriching for me. I've learned a huge amount, but it's inspired me as well, so thank you so much.
The Vital Foundation supports these toll-free 24-hour counselling lines so they can expand and continue their good work, offering the assurance that when someone cries for help, there's a counsellor listening. For every Vital supplement you purchase, R1 will be donated to the Vital Foundation to support organisations that fight women and child abuse. R1 makes a difference.